Hello friends, welcome back. I am Trilochan. Let's continue with Python series. In the previous tutorial, we had discussed while loop in Python, which was used to iterate over a block of code as long as the expression or condition is true. In this tutorial, we will discuss to iterate over a sequence of elements using the different variation of for loop. What is for loop in Python? As I said, the for loop in Python is used to iterate over a sequence, means list, tuple, string or other iterable objects. Iterating over a sequence is called traversal. Here you can see the syntax of for loop, this value, this value is variable that takes the value of items inside the sequence on each iteration. Loop continues until we reach the last item in the sequence. The body of for loop is separated from the rest of the code using indentation. So similarly, the while loop, actually in all loop in Python there is a two type of loop, that's a while loop and for loop, and this is where you can define a for loop in Python. Let's execute the same example we run in while loop to find the sum of the numbers 1 to 10. Okay, so here the sequence, we have to define the sequence. Okay, so let's take a numbers 1 to 10 within the list. Okay, 1 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 6 8 7 9 10. Okay, so this is the number. Okay, so we have to take one more. The variable is sum, which is initialized with 0. Then we have to write the loop now. Okay, so here it is for loop and this is value is I in numbers. Yes, it is. Then the body of the loop will be like sum equals to sum plus I, right? Here it is. So here it is, we have done the sum. So let's print this number. Print, here it is, the sum is sum. Okay, so let's execute this. So for this we have to run python 3 4.py, right? Here it is, the sum is 55. The same result we got in while loop, and this is how you can also run in the for loop. In while loop it was the condition, but in for loop it was a sequence through which we can iterate the loop. Okay, so let's debug this one to see how it is working. So this is, let's debug point is here, breakpoint. Okay, so run through the debug, start debugging. Here it is python 5. So here we can run this one. So one by one. Okay, so one, here it is, you can see. So only this loop is 1 to 1 going, then finally it will print. Okay, yes, the sum is 55. So this is how you can debug a for loop. Okay, that means it is iterate till the number is it will reach to the last number. Okay, but in while loop it will iterate till the condition is false. Okay, so this is the difference between while and for loop. So in Python we have only two loops, The first one is while loop and second one is for loop. Okay, we can generate a sequence of numbers using range function. So let me show you how we can do it. So here you can print of range. So here you can pass the value. So it will be just a tuple. You can print this. Here it is. It is the range, just simple 0 to 10. That means you can, if you want to list this number, you can write down here list. Okay, so here it is. So let me show you. Here it is, 0 to 9. We can also define the start, stop and step size as in range function. So the first one is start, second one is step. So you can see here, suppose this is 20 and step is 2. Here it is. So if I print this one, so you can see the result here, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, right? So we can also use in for loop. I will show you that. But the range object is lazy in sense because it does not generate every number that it contains when we create it. However, it is not an iterator since it supports in length and get item operations. Okay, this function does not store all the values in memory. It would be inefficient. So it remembers the start, stop and step size to generate the next number on the go. Okay, so let me show you in with for loop. Here you can write for I in range. Suppose first one is 10. So here you can print I. Okay, so let me show you the result. Let's execute this one. Here it is, 0 to 9. We can print all the range. Okay, similarly you can define the step also. Here 1 to 10 step is 1. So by default step is, if you not provide this step size, it will by default 1. Okay, so here you can run the same function. Here it is, 1 to 9. It means it will run to the same way. If you define here till 20 and the step is 2, similarly it will run. Here it is, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 till 19. Okay, so this is how you can use range function in for loop. Okay, a for loop can have also an else block as well. The else part is executed if the items in the sequence used in for loop exist. Okay, the break keyword can be used to stop a for loop. In such cases the else part is ignored. Okay, hence a for loop's else part runs if no breaks occurs. Okay, so let's see, this example is the best example here I have written. Like student name is Trilochan and this is the marks. Okay, this is mark dictionary. Here if we loop the for loop student marks, and if student equals to student name, then print the mark of student. Otherwise it will go to the else and no entry with that name found. Okay, so here you can see the loop prints a list until the loop exists. Okay, when the for loop exists, it executes the block of code in the else and print no items left. Okay, so let's execute this one. Here it is, no entry with the name found. If you change it to the name of any existing name like Upendra, it will give you the one result. Okay, so here it is. Let's execute this one also. Here the output is 55 with break statement. If this is not matched, it will go to the else part. So in for loop also we have the same else statement or else block. Okay, So this is all about for loop. I hope you like this tutorial. If you like, please do like, share, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.